Alright fellas, new location unlocked, bro. Unc is gonna take this video slow because I know you guys be saying I talk too fast and shit like that. But anyways, I wanted to talk about Bodygame once again. But this is gonna be why most dudes will never ever experience Bodygame. Alright, they're just never gonna experience it. And the weird thing to me is a lot of people, you know, they might comment, they might hit me up on Instagram, or they might hit me up on TikTok and be like, yo, your videos are funny, this is that. But I'm not trying to be funny, I'm just telling the truth, right? That's number one. Number two, a lot of people will hear it and they'll be like, yo, that was kind of funny what he said, but it applies to you, so lock the fuck in. You feel me? Like, a lot of you guys are like, yo, man, like, he said like a lot of people have 40% body fat. That's you, bro. That's you. He said a lot of people won't get lean. That's you, right? Because a lot of people do not have the ability to just literally set some fucking goals, make those goals their standards, and not give into it, right? They don't change their identity. They don't change how they look at shit. That's majority of people. Now, like that stat says about there's more millionaires than people that are lean that can see their abs. That shit's true. Now, if you're hanging around a bunch of people who can see their abs, I mean, it's probably a small sample size, obviously, because there's a percentage of people, obviously, who can see their abs. It's not everybody, but millionaires, you got to remember, it includes net worth, which means house equity and all that other shit, 401k. So that's a lot of people. There's way more people who have that, but also a lot of people could fake that shit like they do on Instagram. Like, a lot of you guys don't realize, but most people on Instagram showing like their new crib and their new like Corvettes. I'm not hating, I'm just saying, like, basic sense. Like, cause I even know some people, like, they be showing their shit off and it's like, yo, they're taking out a big ass loan and they're like, yo, I bought this house, and it's like, you took out like a 800k mortgage, you put like 30k down. I mean, that's improvement if you have a plan to pay it off. But they'll be like, yo, paid off the house, it's all good, man, God bless. And then they got like a G-Wagon or some shit, and that's like 2k a month. You feel me? So their mortgage is like 4k a month. This is real situations, by the way, and their Mercedes like 2k a month, shit like that, right? So you can fake that, you can make it look like that. Like me, I can just flex a bunch of shit, but I'm not about that life. I don't fucking care about this shit, right? Anyways, like, one thing you can't fake is the physique, because when you wake up and just let's say you got a date at night or some shit, right? Let's say you got a date at night and you're like, yo, I gotta get right. At the end of the day, if you set up a date for, like, let's say you set it up for a week, within that week you cannot by any means lose, like, you know, 10% body fat, right? Because that takes time. Losing body fat specifically takes time. When I talk Bodygame, when anyone talks Bodygame, they're simply talking about high muscle mass, low body fat, right? Relatively low body fat. It can be anywhere between 7 to 15, to be honest, but it's going to be with high muscle mass, because if you have low muscle mass but you're 15% body fat, you're going to look skinny fat, right? But if you have high muscle mass, you've been lifting for like 10 years and you're around the 15 range, which a lot of people just aren't. Let's be honest. Go to your gym, go to your local store. It's just not common. But you go to your local gym. Like I said, a lot of people just aren't there. So when you are there, that's when you're kind of in that Bodygame range, because that's like super rare. Now, like I said, people with millions of dollars, you go to Miami, everyone is a millionaire or looks like one. Majority of them aren't, but they look like it. You can fake that shit. Like I said, you cannot fake Bodygame. And the reason is, most people, like I said, they don't have a plan, but they cannot delay gratification. They can't stay consistent, and they make fucking excuses. Like, let's be real. If you were to spam, I was talking to my boy about this the other day, because the shit is just true. It's not like complicated knowledge. This is what we used to do, by the way, before like TikTok came out, and people started saying shit like, oh, you have to do what do they say? You have to do 4 sets of 4, or you have to do 4 sets of 2, like powerlifter sets and shit like that. Here's the thing: if you are consistent, right, and you progress with your overload, you're gonna get results. It's very fucking simple. But these new people want faster results, so they'll see someone say, yo, you gotta go to failure, yo, you gotta do sets of 3 to 6, yo, you gotta do sets to 20. Like, they'll just see all this new shit. If you stay consistent and you stay in the gym, you're gonna learn a lot of shit about your body. You're gonna see what responds well to it. Same thing with nutrition, right? Maybe for some people, if they eat rice, they can't control the portion, so they don't eat it, but you wouldn't know that if you don't try it. A lot of you guys watch these videos and you're like, yo, yeah, I'm unlocking what's in your fridge right now, what's in your cupboard right now. Like, doing and saying are two different things. Most people's standards aren't high enough. They're not making their goals their standards. Their standards are down here, their goals are up here. If they don't align, you're not gonna get to your goals. All right, it's that fucking simple. Everyone always does that shit. They're like, yo, man, like I messed up this weekend. That's not possible for me. You know why? Because my standards won't allow it. So your issue isn't, your actions. It's how you see yourself. You still see yourself as the fattest version of yourself, which is why when, on the weekends you mess up, like that's literally messing up on the weekends is like, I don't know. I don't know anyone personally who messes up on the weekend. Like any of my friend circle who does like the mess up on the weekend shit. Like in reality, when you make this shit a lifestyle, especially if you're super active and you have a lot of muscle mass and you've been consistent, that, 10, 20% of the time, you can have a meal here or there and you'll be fine. You're still going to be lean, right? You can do it in moderation. But the thing is, most people that are trying to get leaner on their journey, they don't have that leeway because the way they think about food and the way they go off the rails is on a way different category because they haven't changed into the person they want to become yet. See what I'm saying? You also have to give yourself enough time to get to that point. Because if you just start your journey, you mess up one weekend, find out what you did wrong, and then improve upon that, right? But guess what? Usually when people mess up for a weekend, they're like, yo, it's over, and they just quit because they gain some water weight, mistaking it with fat. It's dumb shit that I see all the time, right? And delaying gratification goes hand in hand with patience, all right? But what also goes with all those things, the standards, the patience, delaying gratification is pacing yourself. Like y'all be setting out unrealistic expectations. You look at someone, and that person might have been in the gym for, that person might have been in the gym for like 10 years, consistently getting stronger. You see what I'm saying? You're like, dang, he's lifting heavy. He's probably doing 4 sets of 2. Dang, he's lifting heavy. Yo, I'm finna get like that in 3 months. You're not doing that, bro. You're not getting 10 years worth of muscle and losing fat in 3 months. It's just not happening. So set realistic expectations and realize it's gonna be a process. All right. If it wasn't a process, obviously everyone would be at their goals. Everyone would be walking around on Bodygame. All right. So that's the main things I see. But even more important, that's like the weightlifting side of shit, obviously, is the nutrition shit and the standards regarding it. You have to look at food as fuel. Like people who say, man, like I can't. This is the kind of person I'll literally never have in like my friend circle or associate with. Like people that are like, dang man, food just tastes too good, bro. I can't. Like what, bro? Grown ass man, by the way. Like grown ass man saying stuff like, yo, food just tastes way too good. I can't. Like, bro, that's the biggest lack of discipline. If you can't control what you eat, first of all, that's a sin. So if it's one of those people who are like biblical, if someone's biblical and out of shape, I just ignore them because you're literally giving in to temptations, obviously, and you're being gluttonous. It's pretty fucking obvious. Your stomach's hanging out your fucking belt. All right, your stomach is literally leaking over your pants. Like someone has to hold it up. Like that's what it looks like. You know how they hold the wedding dresses? That's what someone needs to do for your stomach, bro. It's just fucking hanging over. All right. But anyways, the nutrition shit. Listen, don't let food control you. Anytime you let something control you, you become a slave to it. All right. So letting food control you, that means every time you have a craving, you give into it. That's an emotion. Cravings are emotions. Feelings are emotions. You're not gonna be motivated all the time. I don't even use that word. Words I don't use. Cravings, right? Try and fucking motivation. Like that shit's just dumb as fuck. All these people need motivation. Someone even hit me up. I think they said if I had, 2 people hit me up. One of them said if I had as much motivation as you, like just a dumbass, bro. The fuck does that mean, bro? That's the dumbest shit I ever heard. Motivation has zero correlation between what you do on a daily basis. People do what they need to do and what they feel like they should do, and they do what's on their standards. All right, so you got to think about when you're getting fat, you're eating more than your maintenance, right? Which is unnatural. That's out of balance. So in order for you to overeat, sometimes you're going to feel like overeating, but you also have to push yourself to overeat. So you're still eating over without feeling like it, because some days you'll just eat it because that's what you're used to, but you're not actually hungry, right? That's exactly how it is when you're losing fat. You might have a hunger pain here or there, but it's like, I ate all the calories I need to. I ate what I needed to lose fat, right? You're going, when you're losing fat, you're going in the other direction, all right? You're going out of balance in the other direction. It's very, very simple. But yeah, just depending on motivation, there's zero correlation between what you do on a daily basis and motivation. If you're tired, all of you guys go to work, right? All of you guys go to work consistently, no matter how you feel. That means you have the ability to be motivated and dedicated. You guys just don't take your goals seriously enough. You take it like it's a joke to you. You're like, yeah, I want to get lean, but the weekends, man, burgers are too good. Stupid shit like that. All right. And then you wonder why you're on blood pressure medication and shit like that. And then during summertime you try to come to me and be like, hey, how do I get lean for 2025? You got to work on 2027 because you're the biggest motherfucker I've ever seen. A lot of y'all is summer 2027. Let's keep it a buck. All right, you got muscle to build. You got like 150 pounds to lose, bro. If you lose 150 pounds in like 11 months, you're cooked. Like you wanna pace that shit, because yeah, a lot of you guys are hitting me up like, yeah, how do I get lean for summer? And I'm like, I hope that picture is not you, bro, because you can get lean for summer. Just change it from 2025 to 2027. All right. But yeah, that's it, y'all. Most people, like I said, won't get on Bodygame, literally because they just don't want that shit bad enough. Because that's what it comes down to. A lot of these goofy excuses that people use, like I'm busy. What does that have to do with consuming? What I've noticed is the fastest way to get lean is to be fucking busy. All right. So, and the second fastest way to get lean is to be on the go. So a lot of people use those excuses as why they're not getting lean. And I'm like, how can you overeat while you're on the go? You know how hard that is? That means you're prioritizing like eating shit. Like you have to be prioritizing eating shit. When you're on the go and you go to a gas station, or let me just use me. When I'm on the go and I go to a gas station, I'm gonna get some beef jerky, protein shakes, some apples, some bananas. Sometimes the apples look suspect, but hey, it's still better than the red 40 and all that other shit, right? But anyways, I'll get something like that. Something very simple. Eat that on the go. If I stop somewhere, go to Cracker Barrel, or you go to fucking Outback or some shit, it's that easy, bro. And you don't have to cook your own food if you're on the go, so it makes it way fucking easier. And if you're too busy, that means you have less time to eat. So that means every time you do eat, just eat what you need to eat. It's really fucking simple. When you're busy, bro, you're allotting less time to eating. But for a lot of you guys that are big as shit, you're clearly prioritizing that time to overeat. You see what I'm saying? So what it comes down to, you don't want this shit bad enough. It's that simple. All right, it's that simple, because those excuses never make sense. Eating healthy is expensive. No, the fuck it's not. What are you guys even eating? Are you guys eating like lamb and fucking caviar or some shit? That's what I'm always that's what I'm always wondering. When people say eating healthy is expensive, are you eating lamb and caviar? Go get some ground turkey, ground beef, chicken breast, yogurt, banana, and get rice that you're gonna cook, or get potatoes that you're gonna cook. All right, it's really that simple. That's the cheapest food you're gonna get. All right. Now, if you keep eating out and you keep drinking liquor, which is expensive as shit, and you're not tracking that, because you guys don't track when you're not on your journey. But if you were to go back to your expenses, you'll realize, oh shit, when I'm out on my journey, I spend way more. And a lot of my clients have came to me and they said that shit. They said like, yo, I spend way less now. You spend more at once because you're getting everything at once, but you don't go out to eat. You don't buy a bunch of random fast food. Like last time I went to Chick-fil-A, also known as Chick-fil-A. Last time I went to Chick-fil-A, it was like, that shit was like $39, bro. And I was like, what the fuck did I get? That was like years ago. I don't know what it is now. But yeah, and it's like you get one meal and then you're done with it type shit. Like it's ridiculous. Or you can go to Aldi or Walmart and actually get a shitload of stuff for like 150, and then you're good for the week. Simple. All right, very, very simple. But anyways, stay locked in, stop making excuses. When you see these videos, it's meant for you to take action on your life. It's not just to be like, oh yeah, he's right, yeah, that's cool. Or like to argue or some shit. Like I said, if I see another person in the comments say some dumb goofy shit like, oh, I know someone leaner than you, the list does not include yourself, bro. There's always gonna be someone leaner than me, bro. I'm not trying to be the leanest person. I'm trying to tell you and explain to you the improvements that happen when you actually take your health seriously. That's it. And coming from a nursing background, bro, all the issues, like literally all issues come from nutrition and working out. Like that's all issues, bro. That's why I like doing nursing. It's just like you look at someone, you're like, yeah, he's like shit. Yeah, he doesn't work out. Every single time. Almost in every situation. Obviously there'll be situations where someone gets shot or something like that, in the ER and stuff, but majority of the issues, especially long-term health, chronic conditions and shit, is literally just from bad nutrition and not working out. Obviously you're gonna get those people genetic conditions, and people in the comments are probably gonna say stuff like that, but that's not the majority of people. All right.